Hey guys, it is me, Bubblegum Shrimp, and today we are going to do my DreamWorks Animation Collection 2026 edition. Since I got the latest DreamWorks films now, we are going to go over all of them, and then after this video, I'm going to do another video when the next one comes out. I don't know, I do not think there's going to be one coming out in 2026. Haven't done a Illumination update either, because I know there's the next one's going to be the Super Mario Galaxy movie for Illumination. So back to the DreamWorks, and I actually put these all in order of year release. So from Ants all the way to Gabby's Dollhouse. So first up, this is the very first DreamWorks animated film, which is Ants. So only two of them were released in the 20th century. And this is the last one of the 20th century, which is just only two of them, which is The Prince of Egypt. Okay, now we go to the 21st century. We start with three of them. Three of them came out in 2000. So first up we got is The Road to El Dorado. Well, I do have the Blu-rays of these, but I don't have the Blu-rays of the latest ones. So next up we got is Chicken Run, which this is the first DreamWorks animated film that is by Aardman, which did Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run and also Flushed Away. All right, we're going to get to this one because this one is the very first direct-to-video film. Direct-to-video means that movie did not come out in theaters, and it's Joseph King of Dreams. I think this is the only one that is actually a direct-to-video. This is the only one. So there's that. And then we start with the franchise that started it all, and it's Shrek. And the first film actually celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. Next up we got is Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. This is the only film that was released in 2002. And Shrek was the only DreamWorks animated film that was released in 2001. And right here, this was the only one that was released in 2003. The only one that was released in 2003 was Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. All right. Next up, we got two films from 2004. And this one is DreamWorks' very first sequel, Shrek 2. Next up we got is Shark Tale, starring Will Smith and Jack Black, Robert De Niro, and Martin Scorsese. Actually, Martin Scorsese is in it because this is the movie that I only have in my collection that he did not direct or produce. He was just a voice actor in that movie. And next up, 2005. There's only two of them released in 2005. Which Madagascar is the best movie of 2005, besides Batman Begins and Munich. That's directed by Steven Spielberg. Yep, so there's Madagascar. And next up we got the last one from 2005, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. This is the second Aardman movie by DreamWorks. And here we got Over the Hedge. Okay, this is our last Aardman one in this video. It is Flushed Away with Hugh Jackman. Oh yeah, and also Kate Winslet. All right, now we go to 2007. So here we got Shrek the Third. And here we got is B movie. And okay, now we got a 2008, which only one film and one sequel came out in 2008. It is Kung Fu Panda. And next up we got is Madagascar Escape to Africa. Okay, this is the only DreamWorks animated film released in 2009. It is Monsters vs. Aliens. Okay, now we actually have 3 films from 2010. So here we got Shrek Forever After, which is the last Shrek film to be released for now. Shrek 5's in the works. I know they're still working on Shrek 5. And next up we got is Megamind with Will Ferrell. This is like one of my all-time favorite Will Ferrell movies. Actually, it's actually one of my top 3 favorite Will Ferrell movies. My other 2 favorite Will Ferrell movies are Despicable Me 4 and Curious George. And here's our last one of 2010. It is How to Train Your Dragon. This one right here has its 2014 sequel, How to Train Your Dragon 2. So, yeah. If it was separate, it will be placed right here. But all right. And now we go to 2011, Kung Fu Panda 2. All right, and next up we got is Puss in Boots, which is the spin-off of Shrek. And now we go to 2012. Once again, only 2 films were released that year. Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. This is the last Madagascar film. And then, Rise of the Guardians. This is also another DreamWorks animated film with Hugh Jackman. And next, we got is The Croods. (2013), so here's our last one of 2013, which is Turbo. And now we go to 2014. It is Mr. Peabody and Sherman. All right, and our final film of 2014, it is The Penguins of Madagascar. All right, and we only got one film released in 2015, which is Home. All right, next film we got is Kung Fu Panda 3, and we go to 2016. So, yep, only 2 of them were released. Mostly DreamWorks Animation releases like 2 films a year. 2 films. And then here we got Trolls, the first Trolls from 2016. All right, and now we go to 2017. The Boss Baby. I got most of these on Blu-ray actually, but except for the latest ones, but I'll get those at a later time. But here is Captain Underpants. All right. So no DreamWorks animation films were released in 2018. None of them were released in 2018. Now we go to 2019. Here we got How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, which is also, or How to Train Your Dragon 3. And then Abominable. Alright, so we got 2 films released in 2020 and they're both sequels. So here is the sequel to The Croods, which is The Croods: A New Age. And then Trolls World Tour. These were the only two from 2020, and they were both the sequels. And then we go to 2021, which are only two of them. I think both of them are sequels. The Boss Baby Family Business, which is the sequel to the 2017 film. And I do think Spirit Untamed is also a sequel to Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. Yeah, it is a sequel. And then we go to 2022, The Bad Guys. And then our last one of 2022, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which it's the sequel to the 2011 film. And then we got two of them from 2023. One of them is a sequel. It is Ruby Gillman: Teenage Kraken. And then our last one from 2023, which is actually a sequel, Trolls Band Together. All right, now we go to 2024, which only has one film and one sequel. Kung Fu Panda 4. And then our last one from 2024, The Wild Robot. Okay, now we're going to go to 2025. So here we got Dogman. Alright, so I'm going to explain this one. I put this one right here because it's actually a live-action remake of the 2010 film, which is How to Train Your Dragon, the 2025 live-action version. And then our latest DreamWorks sequel, Bad Guys 2. I just recently got this at Fred Meyer's, along with Gabby's Dollhouse and Freakier Friday. That's what I just recently picked up. That was actually in the update video. And then our last one, Gabby's Dollhouse. So this is a live-action film based on the Netflix series. So that's why I put those two live-action films in there. All right. And thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this coming out. And I'll see you in the next one.